welcome to the South Australian Sports Show. I hope you can stay with us for the next hour. Plenty coming up on the show. As always, co-host Barry Curtin joins me. Baz, how are you?
Good, mate. Terrific. Yeah,
all right, let's get down to it, mate, because we've got a packed show. We need to get through a lot of stuff. So we need to get to the good news, mate. So firstly, we will talk about it. Gary Thompson, of course, coming in a little bit later to talk about the Simpson Cup. Yes, yeah. Minjee Lee.
Great performance.
Winning the US Open. And Aussie winning the US Open.
Only two have done it. Only two have won multiple majors, Australians. That's Carrie Webb and Jan Stevenson. The first golf pin-up girl was Jan Stevenson.
Minjee Lee's
she joins some elite
doing
company,
it now, mate. So we'll talk about her a little bit. So Rafael Nadal, of course, his 14th Grand Slam on clay, his 22nd Grand Slam. He's now two clear of Djokovic and Federer, and I don't think they'll catch him, although he did allude afterwards that he was taking injections in his foot to numb the pain. He's getting a lot of pain in his foot. So he said in his press conference that he's doing everything he can to stop that, but if it doesn't, then
might be it.
It might be it. So 36 years of age. So they're talking about actually burning off the nerves that are causing the pain.
Terrific.
So
wish I was there.
It's an amazing record, though, isn't it?
Well, it's a fantastic record.
Clearly a record you can't see getting broken.
No. It's
possibly
a fantastic
ever.
Record.
14 on clay.
No. That won't be beat. Even his major wins now probably won't be beat.
No.
I mean, you know, Federer. You'd have to see another Federer.
Yeah, I think Fed's...
Don't know where that's going to happen.
Yeah, and Djokovic is struggling for some form. Now, what about this Aussie, mate? Under 23 Aussie player, they're playing in the AFC overseas, mate. Kicked a goal that the soccer world is now saying the best goal that they've ever seen. So, Alu Kawal is horizontal and the ball is coming behind him and he kicks it with his heel and his foot and a goal. They interview him afterwards. You know what the big deal is? I do it all the time. So
wow. You know, with that, Phil, talking about that, that's not the first time an Australian has won goal of the year worldwide. I think Riley McGree, playing for, remember who he was playing for, but that goal went around the world instantly, bang. So we've now got a couple.
We have, but you know the one occasionally we've seen the one in the European soccer. We've seen it here with the guy actually somersaults backwards and kick it and you go, that's pretty impressive. This one's next level.
Well, Riley McGree was running with the ball and actually kicked the ball from behind him, if you can get where I'm coming from. It was just an amazing thing, but it went around the world instantly, just like this one. And little old Australia.
Has done it again, mate. Now, what about this one? 11-year-old, mate, South Australian Archie Edwards became the Siam Cup junior champion in Muay Thai kickboxing. So the South Australia, we don't have any junior tournaments here, so the parents have to take him to Queensland to have his fights and his tournaments. So 11 years old, mate, he trains 6 days a week. So little Archie is now another South Aussie, mate, that's become a champ.
I love it.
And this one, mate, before we get to Millie, Adelaide footy legend Richie Milne played his 384th game on Saturday, breaking his club, St Peter's Old Collegians games played record. Now, his nickname is The Factor. Richie calls himself The Factor. He's playing in the club's D side at the moment. No sense of retiring just yet, mate.
You've got to be playing well if you've got a nickname The Factor.
The Factor, mate. 45 years old, mate. 28 years of playing. I reckon that's an outstanding effort. So all I'm saying to Richie, well done, mate.
And I agree. And you know what? There'd be a lot of clubs out there with players who have done a similar thing and are still going. In the Adelaide Footy League. I know, I played with a guy who played over 500.
OK, now we need to get over to Millie for the sporting news, mate. I know you want to, but we've got too much on the show, mate. We've got to keep it tight and tidy. Stay with us. Let's get to Millie for the news.
Thanks, Phil. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another week in sport, one that has seen Australians make history and footballers cause controversy. So let's jump into it. Australia's own Minjee Lee won the Women's Golf US Open at Pine Needles in North Carolina last week, winning the largest prize pool in women's golf history. Lee won the tournament by 4 strokes, beating US rival Mina Haragai, taking home a $2.5 million purse. Lee closed the tournament with an even par 71 to finish 13 under 271, becoming the 6th straight international player to win the US Open and the first Australian since Carrie Webb in 2001. To football now, where Western Bulldogs midfielder Bailey Smith has received a 2-match suspension after headbutting Geelong defender Zach Tui. Match review officer Michael Christian released his findings on Saturday night, offering Smith a 2-match suspension with an early plea. The Bulldogs released a statement on Monday confirming they wouldn't challenge the MRO's ruling, meaning Smith will miss the Bulldogs game against the Giants and Hawthorn following round 13 bye. Sticking with AFL now, where the Crows have finally broken their 5-game losing streak last weekend against West Coast Eagles. The Crows had an all-star opening term, kicking 5 goals to the Eagles' 1 behind. Standout performers from Tex Walker and Darcy Fogarty can be attributed to the match, with both players kicking 3 goals for the game. The Crows will enjoy a bye this weekend where they can hone in on their skills and hopefully come back even stronger for round 14 against the Gold Coast Suns. The Crows finished with the game with a final score of 88-57. Doubt is looming over tennis legend Rafael Nadal's future following his French Open win on the weekend. Nadal captured his 14th French Open and 22nd Grand Slam title in straight sets over Casper Ruud in Paris. However, his future in tennis is in limbo after suffering a crippling foot injury. Nadal revealed he needed pain-killing injections in his left foot before every match in order to play. Nadal will now undergo nerve injections when he returns back to Spain in hopes to regain strength and mobility back into his foot. There is no guarantee, though, whether the surgery will repair the damage sustained. However, Nadal remains positive for his future. Nadal's win marked 17 years to the day since he claimed his very first French Open as a young 19-year-old in 2005. US tennis player Coco Gauff has made headlines after using her win at the French Open to spread awareness about ending gun violence in America. The 18-year-old reached her first Grand Slam final at the French Open, defeating Italy's Martina Trevisan to become the youngest Grand Slam finalist since Maria Sharapova in 2004. Upon departing the arena, she wrote "End gun violence" on one of the cameras. And in a post-match interview, Gauff said that the gun violence is an issue in particular, and is particularly close to her, should I say, after her friends were caught up in the 2018 Parkland school shooting in Florida. Although Gauff did not take out that French Open doubles and singles tournament, she is now ranked 13th on the tennis world stage. Back on home soil now, where the Diamonds coach Stacey Marinkovic has not ruled out adding players to her national squad for the Commonwealth Games, with the final selection now being pushed back until the end of the Super Netball fixture rounds. Selectors named a preliminary squad of 18 women last month, which will soon become 12 before the Games in Birmingham, just 3 weeks after the Super Netball Grand Final. Marinkovic said it is the tightest season in the history of the game that has brought the players the best performance seen yet. So she would not rule out adding players to the initial pool of 18 before the game squad is finalised. The squad announcement date has not been set by the Commonwealth Games officials, but selectors will have until the end of the fixture rounds in mid-June to finalise their squad. That is all the news I have for you this week. I'm Millie Walters. I hope you have a lovely weekend, stay warm, and we'll be right back for more on the SA Sports Show.